All right, we now welcome Coach Roy Williams to the media room. Coach, give us some initial thoughts on today's game.
Well, hope everybody has a better Christmas than I'm going to have. Mine's not going to be as smooth as I would like for it to be, but congratulate John and his club. The amazing thing, as I look down, and Ashton Higgins is 2 for 6, 7 points, and I thought in some ways he was more dominating in the game than anybody. 7 steals. We turned it over 18 times, 17 times, and give them 20 points out of it. That was one of the keys for us in the game, was to make the easy play and not turn it over, but their effort I thought was much better than ours. We had one play where they go down and get a layup. We had a couple of guys that I didn't think sprinted back as hard, and they got a layup, and it comes down, and one of those guys on the Kentucky team came running from behind in the corner across from our bench and deflected it. So it's, I think Kentucky's staff did a better job than North Carolina staff about trying to get the kids to play as hard as they could possibly play. And I don't think either team played exceptionally well, but John's club played better, better, can't even talk, better prepared. And it's a little frustrating for us right now, so not much else to say.
Thank you, Coach. We'll now open the floor to questions. We'll start in the middle right here.
Coach, especially early on, it seemed like Reed Travis, a former Jared Haas coached player, gave you a lot of trouble. If you could talk about that and his performance.
Well, our intention was to try to front the low post. We didn't get him fronted. And we also, one of the rules we have defensively is to not help up the lane, and 3 different times in the first half we helped up the lane. They dished it down to either Reed or PJ or one of their other big guys, and they dunked 3 of them because we're just doing something we weren't supposed to do. But Reed is a load. You know, he was first team All SEC last year, preseason. Not SEC, whatever that league was there. His first team preseason SEC this year, so he's a very good player, and they dominated things inside. And you know, we don't have a big stud like we've had at times in the past, but we still got to figure out a way to play and win. But you got to front the guy in the low post if he's like Reed and PJ as well. And PJ loves to get the ball in the foul line area and drive right. And he drove right and laid it up. We had one guy that was there to take charge and sort of backed out. So we've got to do a better job of getting our guys to do those kind of things.
Jonathan, in the middle.
Roy, the players talk about they need to buy in more. It's the message. I'm sure they're not openly defying you.
Mm-hmm.
So how do they? What in particular are you?
You got to lose yourself into the game more, not be concerned about how you're doing. I mean, twice today we said, all right, if it takes an extra 5 seconds to get a better shot, let's take 5 extra seconds. And we took 2 bad shots immediately. So they're great kids. I have no problem. They're great kids. They're the kind of kids that I would trust with my grandchildren. And I wouldn't trust my grandchildren with any of you guys because I don't know you. But they have to buy in more about the name on the front of the jersey. If you lose yourself into the game, lose yourself into the success of the team, every individual will be taken care of. That's stood the test of time with everybody, I think, but it stood the test of time with me for 31 years. And so we got to get better defensively. I think the defensive intensity is something that's got to go up. The defensive brain has got to get better. Just too many dismissed assignments. And we actually, one time on not a timeout, but a dead ball situation, I called a trap. And we didn't even get the trap. And it was a veteran team in there at that time. It wasn't, can't blame it on Nasir or Kobe or Leakey, but there was a veteran team in there, and we didn't even get a double team. So got to use your heart. It's got to care more about it. The name on the front of the jersey is taken care of. Got to use our brain a little bit more. Better concentration. Because so many little things in the game make a big difference in winning or losing. And I think that, 3 things we put up on the board today is 1, win the rebounding battle. We lost 10. And before the game, we had the best rebound margin of everybody in the country, and they were 2 or 3. Another thing was limit turnovers, make the easy play. We didn't do a very good job of that. Another thing, in the first half, they shoot 12 free throws, and we shoot 2. And third thing up on the board is play defense without fouling. So it's a tough situation.
Question to the right of Jonathan.
Roy, what did you see of Higgins on film coming into this game defensively, and then how did it look? What did you see?
Scouting report said he was really a good on-the-ball defender. I saw him in high school. really liked him in high school. He reclassified, and he's a very gifted young man, but he works really hard too. I don't know if he's the one that got it. I think it was a 6-point game. We get to rebound and just make a simple outlet pass. I'm not sure if he's the one that got the steal at that point or not, but I thought it was him. Anyway, I'm not sure. I say it was. You got to see the defense, but no, it's he's a gifted youngster, and his shooter percentage from deep is not good. But boy, he attacks the basket, he passes the ball, and he defends like crazy, and plays with a reckless abandon.
Jerry to the left.
Roy, what did you think of Kentucky's passing, and especially the bigs, Reed and PJ?
I think they probably passed it better than, I don't know who had the most turnovers for them. They were just as bad as us. They had 18 turnovers. But I think their big guys look for each other. It's a little bit of a buddy system, which is we try to do. Is one big guy gets the ball, the other big guy goes to the front of the rim and makes himself available. Like I said, 3 times in the first half we helped up the lane, and you're supposed to fake and cover the basket if you're a big guy and get help from the wings, and we didn't do that. I think all those dunks that they got at the end of the first half was big guy to big guy.
Coach, you guys have scheduled the toughest schedule you guys have the toughest schedule in the league. There's no secret about that. Coming off a Gonzaga win and now this game against Kentucky, mentally, what kind of preparation goes into having back-to-back games against tough opponents like this?
I like it myself. I think playing the better teams tells you more about your team. I love having a tough thing every game. Every now and then it's okay to win easy, but I still think you get better preparation playing a really tough schedule, playing on the road, playing in different places. Gonzaga, I would think, what we do? Texas, UCLA was Wilmington. Texas, UCLA, Michigan, Wilmington, Gonzaga, and Kentucky. That's a pretty tough stretch, but we didn't do so well either. But everybody wants you to play a tough schedule, which you really benefit by playing a tough schedule if you win a few of them.
Front left right here.
You mentioned -10 on the glass. What was the difference there?
Effort, toughness, probably a little size might have something to do with it too. We went small and it was just terrible. We couldn't guard the post and couldn't get a rebound either. But I think rebounding is a little technique, but it's going after the basketball too. I took Kenny and Cam out one time because Kobe shoots a layup and they don't go to the board and neither one of them get back either. So it's just right now it's a combination of errors. There's not one simple thing.
How much further along? A couple weeks ago in Vegas, you said Nasir still on both ends, not settle, defensively, be better. How much closer is he now? I mean, still obviously on the bench in crunch time.
Guys, one of my buddies reads some report. I don't care what the hell anybody thinks. If you guys think I care what you think, but think about this. If I'm holding the guy back, why am I playing Kobe? I mean, come on. If I'm holding the guy back, why am I playing Kobe? And then the other thing, the guy that was playing in front of him made 6 out of 8 from three-point line. It was the ACC Player of the Week last week. So that's all I'm going to say about some report. Is that all right? But I know, but Jeff, let me answer. I got it, okay? You're a good guy. I don't think there is an answer to your question. I think he's really trying hard. I want him to have more time. That's the reason I'm playing him at 3 and the 4 both, and that's difficult for him. I mean, it really is. It's difficult for anybody crossing the line. There's a position that's a point guard, 2 and 3 is a position, 4 and 5 is a position. So there's 3 spots, but if you go across the line, it's really difficult. So I'm trying to get him some more minutes out there. And today, we wanted to drive the ball to the basket, and he settled for 3-point shots. In the All-American, the McDonald's game, Jordan game, they never guard anybody. So, if you go down and dunk, they're pretty good in that, and he does that as well as anybody. But he's a kid that wants to be good. He's a kid that's trying to learn, and he's trying to learn against Texas, UCLA, Michigan, Gonzaga, and Kentucky. So that makes it hard as well. But I think he's coming along. I love the way he wants to be good. He wants to be better. He's willing to stay out there and shoot extra shots. He's willing to do the things, and I don't know that there is a calendar or a schedule that you have on anybody. Freshmen and big guys are about the same. They come at a different rate. Big guys, you never know when a big guy's going to wake up and the light switch is going on. and I think freshmen a little bit of that as well. He needs a game for him to really have a good game defensively and give him a little more confidence there, I think. And then it needs a game for a couple of jump shots to go in. But he's trying, and I'm sticking with him. But again, when you're playing Gonzaga, Michigan, Kentucky, Texas, UCLA, it's a hard way to learn.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Coach.